Hi students, this is your Mahesh sir. And today I'm here to explain images formed by convex lens. So we have six cases. So in these six cases we place object at different positions in front of the convex lens so that how the images are going to be formed. So let us have a look. So coming to the case 1. So in this case 1 we place object at infinity. So this is actually biconvex lens having foci f1 to f1, f2 to f2. Okay, so biconvex lens having foci, so which means plural form of focus. So here, when object lies at infinity, so in case 1, we place object that is at infinity. Okay, so let's see. Here, AB is an object which is placed at infinity. So we can see two incident rays which are being parallel to the principal axis. So as we studied that when incident ray being parallel to the principal axis, then after refraction, it must to pass us through focus. It must to pass us through focus. So using that rule, okay, the ray can pass us through focus. Okay, so because these two rays are being parallel to the principal axis. Okay, so the point where the two refracted rays are meeting. So after refraction, the point where the two refracted rays are meeting. So that is what the position of the image. Position of the image. So let us write the characteristics of image. So coming to the characteristics. So first of all, we have to write position of the image. So coming to the position is at the focus. At a focus. The second one, whether it is virtual or real. So coming to the nature of the image, it is real. Okay, real and inverted. Inverted. Now, and size. What about size? Size is highly diminished. So coming to the size, it is highly diminished. Highly diminished. Okay, so these are the characteristics of image when object is placed at infinity. Okay, here we can see the two rays which are coming from the object. Okay, so the rays are being parallel to the principal axis. So when rays are being parallel to the principal axis, after refraction they must pass through focus. They must pass through focus. So here the point where two refracted rays are converging are meeting, so that is what the position of a image. Okay, so this is case 1. So now let's move to the case 2. So in case 2 we bring the object closer to the lens, so let's have a look. So in case 2, object is going to be placed behind 2f1. Okay, so let's place the object behind 2f1. Okay, f1 2f1, f2 2f2. Okay, so let's place object ab behind 2f1. Okay, so here the number of rays required to get an image are 2. So here the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis so that it passes through focus. And next, the ray which is passing through optic center. Okay, which is passing through optic center. Exactly. Right. So the ray which is passing through optic center. that go in the straight line without any deviation. So here you can see the position of a image. So where the two refractor rays are meeting, so that is what the position of a image. Position of the image. So now let us write the characteristics of image. So coming to the position. So position of position of the image is between F2 and 2F2. Okay. Next, coming to the nature. So nature of the image is real and inverted. Okay. Here real and inverted. Next, size. What about size? So coming to the size is smaller than the object. Smaller than the object. Okay, so this is what we see in a second case. So when object lies behind the 2f1, behind the 2f1, so image is going to be formed between f2 and 2f2. So coming to the characteristics, I mean real and inverted, smaller than the objective, smaller than the objective. So that is what we can see here. Yes, right. Now, next move on to the third case. So in third case, we bring the object again closer to the lens. We bring the object again closer to the lens. Case 2. Sorry, case 3. Case. Yeah. So in this case 3, we place object at a 2f1. Okay. So let's place object at a 2f1. Then where the image is going to be formed, let's have a look. This is biconvex lens. So optic center f1, 2f1, f2, 2f2. Okay. So if when we place object at 2f1, so the minimum number of rays required to get an image are 2. So here the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, so after refraction it passes through focus. And now another ray which is passing through optic center, that goes in straight line without any deviation. Without any deviation. Okay, so here we can see the position of a image. Okay, so at 2f2. So the image can be formed at a 2f2. Yes. So in this way we can understand where the image is going to be formed. So when object is placed at 2f1, so image is going to be seen at a 2f2. Right? So let's write the characteristics of image. The first one is position of the image. So position is at a 2f2. Next, what about nature? It is real and inverted. Next, what about size? Yeah, same same size as object. Same size as object. Okay, so this is what the position of image and nature, size. Okay, inverted image. We can see inverted image. So in this case, right? So in the third case, we place the object at the 2f1. So when object is placed at 2f1, so image is formed at 2f2, and it is a real inverted, same size as an object. So now let's go on to the fourth case. Let's go on to the fourth case. In case 4, we place object in between 2f1 and f1. So let's place the object at between f1 and object is placed between f1 and 2f1. So let's see where the image is going to be captured. To f1, f1, f2, okay. So see students, here the object AB. So first ray which is being parallel to the principal axis, so that it can passes through focus. Okay. So next second ray which is passing through optic center. Okay. So without that go in the straight line, without any deviation. So here we can see the point where the two refractor rays are meeting. So this is what the position of the image. Okay. So when object is placed between f2 f1 and f1, so then the image is going to be formed behind 2f2. So let's write the characteristics of image. So first of all, position. So position is behind 2f2. Next, coming to the nature, it is real and inverted. And the third one is size. So size is enlarged. Okay, that is what we can see here. So when object is placed between 2f1 and f1. So in case 3, we place object at 2f1. But in case 4, we brought the object that is closer to the lens. So here we can see the object between 2f1 and f1. 2f1 and f1. So the image is formed behind the 2f2. So coming to the characteristics, real and inverted, enlarged. Okay, enlarged. Coming to the size, this enlarged. So this is what we can see in a case 4. So now let's move on to the case 5. So in case 5, again we bring the object closer to the lens, that is at f1. So let us place the object at f1, then see where image is going to be captured or formed. f1, 2f1, f2, 2f2. So here it is. Here the object is placed at f1. So when object is placed at f1, of course, an incident ray which is being parallel to the principal axis, that can passes through focus after the refraction. And coming to the another ray, a second ray, which is passing through optic center, can travel in straight line without any deviation. Okay, here we can see that. So the rays are parallel to each other. So the two refractor rays are parallel to each other. So this indicates that image is going to be formed at infinity. So let's write the position of the image. So image can be seen at infinity. Okay, infinity. Next, coming to the nature, it is real and inverted. And size is a highly enlarged or highly magnified. Okay, so this is what when object is placed at f1. So image is going to be formed at infinity. So the coming to the characteristics, real and inverted and highly magnified. Size is highly magnified. Okay, so now let's go to the sixth case. So in case 5, we place object at f1. So now let's move on to the case 6. in case 6, we place the object between F1 and the O, means optic center. So let us see when object is placed at the optic center and F1, where the image is going to be captured. F1 and O, optic center. F1 to F1 to F2. Okay, so let's have a look. AB, object AB is placed between F1 and O, optic center. Here we can see an incident ray which is being parallel to the principal axis, so that it can pass us through focus. It can pass us through focus. And another ray which I am taking, that is passing through optic center. So when the ray is passing through optic center, it goes in straight line, okay, without any deviation. Without any deviation. See students, here we can see that there is no chance to meet the original rays. Okay, so the rays are not going to be converged or made at any point. So then how the image is going to be formed? So that is what the point. So if you extend the two refractive rays, okay, if you extend the two refractive rays so that they can meet behind the object, okay, behind the lens, or else behind the lens. Behind the lens. So this is what. So this is what we can see when object is placed between F1 and the optic center. So image is going to be formed behind the lens. Behind the lens. Okay. So on the same side, as the as our object, on the same side as object. Yes. So let's write the characteristics on the same side as object. Okay. Next, coming to the characteristics, it is virtual image. Why? Because you know that when real image can be formed and when virtual image can be formed. So here the virtual image is virtual and erector upright. Okay, erector upright. So coming to the size is enlarged. Yes. So this is what we can see in case 6th. So when object is placed between F1 and O, optic center and focus F1. So then image can be formed on the same side as the object. So same side. That means behind the lens. Next, the characteristics. So virtual and erect. Virtual and erect, and it is enlarged. Size. Coming to the size, enlarged. Okay. So these are the 6 cases which we can see through convex lens. Okay. The first case is object is placed at infinity, and the second one is object is placed behind the 2f1, behind 2f1, and the third one is object is placed at 2f1, and the fourth one is object is placed between 2f1 and f1. Okay. So and next we place object at f1 in fifth case. Coming to the sixth case, in sixth case object is placed between f1 and optic center. So in this case we get virtual image, virtual and upright. Next the coming to the size is enlarged. Okay, so this is what we came to know regarding convex lens. Okay, so image is formed by convex lens. I hope you understood. So to get more videos, do subscribe our channel and share to your friends. Right? Bye students. Bye everyone.